Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic and a brand new puzzle from the Dutch master Art van der Wetering to try today, called Arrow of Arrows. And if any of you out there are new to the channel and have never heard of Art van der Wetering, let me tell you, he is the most famous Sudoku constructor on planet Earth. His puzzles have been the puzzles we've sort of showcased in our most popular videos. They have been viewed, I would guess conservatively, well, it must be about 20 million times, something like that. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. He is a very, very brilliant constructor at taking relatively simple rules and doing magical things with them. And very kindly, Ard often gives me given digits, which in the world of variant Sudoku, given digits are somewhat they're somewhat of a bonus, aren't they? Now, I'm going to tell you, I actually wrote to the Times newspaper yesterday because I'm sure it won't be published, my letter, but the reason I wrote is that they did an editorial on TED Talks, and apparently there is a school of thought now that says that TED Talks are too long. I didn't know this, but apparently a TED Talk has to be kept down to 18 minutes or less. And the videos that you often see on the TED Talks YouTube channels are quite heavily edited, I believe, to remove things like breaths. So that the time that it takes to sort of show the video and for the speaker in the video to get across their point is condensed into as short amount of time as possible, which I never realised. I have watched a lot of TED Talks in my time, but I'd never realised this. And, you know, the whole idea being that we're all addicted. We're so addicted to social media and doom scrolling and dopamine hits that we can't possibly be expected to concentrate for great lengths of time. And I was sort of thinking about cracking the cryptic in this context. I was thinking, no, that is not how it works. On this channel, we beg you guys to watch for sometimes a long time. I mean, often it's an hour. Quite often it's an hour and a half. And very occasionally, like yesterday, it's 2 hours. And very, very occasionally, it's even 4 hours. And you know, we've had videos that have been over an hour that have had way over 1 million views. And I think we did one called "Is This Sudoku Impossible?", which is nearly an hour, and that's had 5 million views. So I dispute my general point is that I dispute that people are looking for shorter and shorter content. I actually think our brains are almost going the other way now, and we're saying the internet in many ways is designed to raise one's blood pressure and force short concentration spans. And it's almost like our atavistic nature of our brains is saying, hang on a minute, I actually want to concentrate. I want to indulge myself in something that requires concentration, and maybe there's sort of an intellectual payoff at the end of it. And so I wrote to the Times, sort of a bit tongue-in-cheek, but also making the point that if you give people these wonderful puzzles, if you showcase an Art van der Wetering puzzle, people will stay with it because it's beautiful. And it has a beauty that's quite distinct from, you know, the 10-second videos on TikTok. And actually, I'll just show you this one. Crystalline Entity by Ice Fruit. This is what I did yesterday. I mean, this took me 2 hours to solve, but it's quite beautiful, honestly. And many of the comments, I think people appreciate, you know, being asked to get involved in the logic of the puzzle, to understand what's going on under the hood. Yeah, anyway, that was just it. They won't publish it, but I did write and tell them. I did. Anyway, that's me ranting. Sorry. What else can I tell you about? Tomorrow night we're streaming Blueprints. We'd love to have your company, 10 p.m. UK time. Do join us for that if you're free. We're nearly at the 1st of June, and on the 1st of June, we've got this brand new Sudoku Competition, which is a series of wonderful puzzles by Itrio. It really is. It's an incredible pack, actually. I think it's 13 puzzles in all, with a story. going live 4 p.m. UK time over on Patreon. Do join us there if you haven't joined us already. It is really, really wonderful extra content, guaranteed. Now, what else? I've got birthdays to do. Was there something else I was meant to mention? They could be, but I can't remember what it is. I should have made more copious notes. I'm surrounded by these notes I take to sort of prepare for videos. There are reams of them, absolutely reams of them. Anyway, let me do birthdays. I'm going to say a very happy birthday to Becky. Becky, you've turned 33. And I know this because your partner Lorraine wrote to us. Oh no, you haven't turned 33. You're turning 33, aren't you, on the 1st of June? But I have to do this early because apparently Becky is very keen on airplanes. And Lorraine is taking her to an air show. I think it sounds like it's an air show where you have to camp outside or something because you're not going to have access to the internet. So there's going to be no video watching around your birthday, Becky, which is why Lorraine has asked me to do this a few days early. But the two of you have been watching since lockdown, and now you do the Patreon packs together. Well, look out for Itrios coming up. And anyway, Becky, I hope you have a great birthday. I hope the hot air balloons and the night air shows are suitably up to scratch. And I hope you get some chocolate cake. Someone who isn't having chocolate cake is over in Michigan, and it's Tyler. Tyler, oh goodness, I can't read my writing. I think you're turning 26 today. And I know this because your fiancée Maria wrote to us. And I think the two of you have been watching for about 4 years, and you use it as sort of a pre-bed ritual to get good sleep. Well, my voice is soporific. What can I say? And Tyler isn't having chocolate cake, but is having bumpy cake. Now, I didn't know what bumpy cake was, so I looked it up. I think it actually originated in Michigan. But it looks delicious. It sort of looks like chocolate cake, but with an enormous slab of bumpy icing on the top. So I think, Tyler, we can call that, that's chocolate cake by proxy. And I think you're in for a good birthday. So many, many happy returns. Now, let's have a look at Ard's puzzle. Arrow of Arrows. The rules are not going to take... No, they really aren't going to take long to read. It is straightforward arrows. Oh, I see. I should have got this, shouldn't I? So it is literally... It's an arrow made... Oh, that's gorgeous. Made of other arrows. Yeah, anyway, sorry. The rules are normal Sudoku rules apply. So that means we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. And digits along an arrow must sum to the digit in that arrow's circle. So if this square was a 2 and that square was a 5, 2 plus 5 equals 7. So we'd write 7 into the middle cell. That's all the rules. That's all we've got. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And Ard has been incredibly kind here, I think, because these aren't, but lots of the arrows in this puzzle are 3-cell arrows. And if you get a 3-cell arrow where a digit cannot repeat on the arrow, and you can see all these arrows are straight in the puzzle, so obviously we can't repeat digits, or we're going to get into trouble with little old Sudoku. So on all of those arrows there, the digits are different on the arrows. So, I mean, for example, that's at least 1, 2, 3, isn't it? In fact, it can't be 1, 2, 3. Let's use a different one. That's at least 1, 2, 3. So every single circle attached to a 3-cell arrow, let's not get that wrong, has to be at least a 6, because the minimum we could put on the arrow would be a 1, 2, 3 triple. Now, lots of these arrows, we can do a little bit better than that, can't we? This 7 knocks 7 out of those, 8 and 9 out of this one, using the given digits. This can't be a 7, because 7 in 3 digits has to be 1, 2, 4. That can't be a 9. Whoa. There may be more to do here. I mean, the first arrow that looks interesting is this one, because this must have a 1 and a 2 on it. A 3-cell arrow that adds up to 6 is 1, 2, 3, and a 3-cell arrow that adds up to 7 is 1, 2, 4. So the minimum the minimum value of any... There's sort of two 2-cell arrows going into this cell, aren't they? And so the minimum these could be... Oh, in fact, they can't be 3, 4. Yeah, that's really cool. So I think this is an 8, 9 pair. I think. The way I'm seeing that is that these 2-cell arrows here, they definitely haven't got 1 and 2 on it. And if we did make one a 3, 4 pair, I don't think this arrow could exist now, because it would be at least 1, 2 and a 5, which would add it up to 8 or 9, when that won't work. So one of these arrows has to add up. One of these circles is an 8 and the other is a 9, because we cannot keep them down as low as 7. Yeah, okay. Okay. So can we... Yes, I mean this can't be 6. Because then these arrows, one of them would be 4, 5, let's say that one, but the other one would have a 6 on it and at least a 4, so it would add up to too many. There must be, hang on, there must be a mathematical way of demonstrating this. Let me just mull that over for a moment. The minimum sum of the arrows would be 21. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's a simple way of doing this. The way to see this quickly, which I didn't do, but if you look at those 6 cells, they're clearly all different, aren't they? And this one, in fact, is included on 2 arrows. Now, the minimum sum of those blue cells is 21. If we populated the blue cells with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, that's as low as we could go, isn't it? So that would be 21. And this, which isn't the sum of the arrow, which isn't the what's in these circles, because this is on this cell, whatever digit this is on 2 arrows. So we have to include it twice, and we know that this particular cell is at least a 3. So the actual minimum sum of the arrows that correspond with the blue cells is going to be the 21, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then including a 3 here. So 21 plus 3 is 24, and that must be the sum of these cells, because you cannot make 3 different Sudoku digits in the same, well, you can't make them add up to more than 24. So the minimum that the blues can sort of sum to, if you like, is 24, and the maximum the circles can be is 24. So this has to be 7, which means these squares are 1, 2, 4. And these have to be 3, 5, 6, and the 3 has to be the double digit, is what we've just learned. Now let's get rid of the blue. Blue on blue is a silly combination to do, isn't it? And I've no doubt that this is going to be very important for the following reason. Oh dear, come on brain, let's come up with something. Where's 7 in box 2? You can't put 7 on a 3-cell arrow, because if you do, you're going to accompany it with at least a 1, 2 pair. And 7 plus 1 plus 2 is 10, which we can't write into a Sudoku cell. So 7 is in one of those. So one of these is 1, 2, 4. Yeah, I imagine... Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I imagine what we can do is we can look at sort of parcels of digits. So a bit like we did in this column. If we look at those cells for a moment, I'll use orange this time. These cells clearly add to a minimum of 15, because the triangular number for 5 is 15, i.e. what is, if we populated these cells with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the minimum we could put into them, isn't it? Now, that's 15 minimum. This is minimum 1. So the total for those 6 cells is at least 16. And that means these cells, these 2 arrows, can't have a 6 in, because if they had a 6 in, the other one would be at least 10. And that must be symmetrical logic here, which looks like it might almost be better. Because those cells, again, they're at least 15, plus at least a 1 there is 16, so these can't include 6. I've now got an 8-9 pair in row 4. Actually, where's... okay, this has been available from the start and I didn't see it. Where's 8 in this box? Just as you can't put 7 on a 3-cell arrow, you really can't put 8 on it. So that's been 8 from the beginning, which means this is 9. So these two squares add up to 6, and they're either 1, 5 or 2, 4. I don't think that's going to be able to be as high as 4, but we'll check that out in a second. Let me just think this through. Or maybe I have to... I mean, I know one of those 3 is an 8. If these were 17... Okay, right. So the maximum sum of those two digits there, those two in yellow, is 17. The minimum sum of purple is 15. So this cell cannot be bigger than 2, can it? It's 1 or 2. If this is an 8, this is a 1. If this is a 9, this is a 2. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Sorry, apologies. No, because these could add up to... If this was a 9... and this was a 1, that would still work if these added up to 16 in 5 digits, which we could do with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So actually, whatever this is, I know this isn't bigger than 2, but I'm not sure. Well, unless this is an 8. If this is an 8, that is definitely a 1. Now, okay, let me just check this one as well. I think it's going to be the same sort of logic, although we could add this one up to as much as 18, because that could be a 9. But it doesn't matter, actually, because this can't be a 3. So the minimum sum of orange is 15. So if this was a 4 or a 5, it would take these two circles to too high a value. 15 plus 4 is 19. I cannot make those two add up to 19. So this is also 1 or 2, which means this is 4 in row 7. This digit is a 4 or a 5 now, in order to make the maths of this work. And now, okay, so that's all good. 9 in box, oh, nearly. 9 in box 5? Where's that going? It can't go on an arrow. It can't go in its own column, so it's in one of 2 places. 8 is less good. I think 8's got 3 possible positions. You can't put... how big are those? If we... 1, 3, 4, 5 is 13, 14, 15, 16. Ah, right. Okay, so now we need to play the same game again, but we're going to do it somewhere different. We're going to do it in these cells. Let me just give those a colour as well. This cell being 1 or 2 is what pointed me to that, because then I could see I couldn't put 1 and 2 in these green arrow cells. Now, that's getting interesting immediately, because we can therefore say if we make this 2 and we populate the green cells with the very minimum we possibly could, they would be 1, 3, 4, 5, which is 13. But we've still got 2 more cells on these arrows to come, and the minimum these could be would be a 1, 2 pair. So the absolute minimum value of these 2 circles is now 16, but we know one of them is a 7. So these must add up to 16. They can't add up to more than 16. And all of this is forced. these are one. Well, this is big because this is 1, 3, 4, 5, and this is a 2. So this is a 1. Now, I'm sure that's done quite a lot. This is an 8. Yeah, this has done a lot. So that's a 5, and that's a 6, and that's a 9. Oh, and that would have been, well, maybe it would have been better the other way around. I'm not sure. These are now a 7, 8 pair. And oh, and the 9 here. Look, we're away here. This is now 1, 2, 4 arrow. So this is a 1, 4 pair. So this is a 3, 5 pair, which add up to 8. So we know the order. And there's probably a lot we can do with this. I just got to figure it out. So what do we need? We need 4 and 6 to finish off box 2. 7 and 8 are finished in box 5. 3 and 5 are finished in box 5. Can I get that one? Oh, okay, we could do a trick here. I don't... does it do anything? I'm not sure it does anything, but I'll tell you what... Oh, actually, I've spotted something else, but I'll tell you the trick first. If you get a 3-cell arrow, it's worth remembering that there must be at least 2 digits from 1, 2 and 3 on the arrow. And the reason for that is imagine there wasn't. So imagine there was only 1 digit, and let's make that digit as low as we possibly could. Let's make it 1. Now, if there isn't a second digit from 2 and 3, the minimum sum of the arrow is 1, 4, 5, which is 10 and impossible. So there's definitely 2 low digits on this, and because 3 isn't on it, that must have 1 and 2 on it. And then either, well, it depends what this is. The other digit is going to be 4, 5, or 6. Okay, but what I've noticed is that I can actually just do 8 by Sudoku in this box. That's got to be 8. That's got to be 7. And depending on if this is either 1, 2, 4 or 1, 2, 5, then this digit is a 6. Probably we might be able to do, oh no, nearly. Well, let's do some more pencil marking. I mean, it's against my better nature to do this, but we might as well because we've got so much going on in the central column. So that can't be 2, that can't be 8. So this is a 3, 5 pair. Okay, that hasn't worked at all. That can't be 2. Two is in one of those. Okay. Do I know this one somehow? 7 is in one of these two. It's probably Sudoku, knowing me. Not sure, actually. I don't know what to do now. Actually, I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, if that's 8, 8, it's really very powerful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. And this would be 2. And that would be 4. 4. So this wouldn't be 7. So this would be 9. Without a 3 or a 4 on the arrow. It could still be right. It could be 1, 2, 6, couldn't it? And this would be 5. Ah! I mean, we could fill in a lot of digits if that was the case. 5, 2, 1. Okay. Okay, so it's this one. That's That's classic art, actually, because that's not that easy to see. Right, I don't think this can be a 1. And it's a really lovely reason. If this is a 1, this is a... Well, obviously this is 5 now. But the point is that if this is 1, let me show you, this is 2. And an 8 arrow with a 2 on it has to have a 1-5 pair above it, but neither of these cells can be a 5 anymore. That can't be a 5. And if this is a 1, this is a 5, so you can't put 5 in either cell, and it just doesn't work. That's weird. That's really... it's sort of logic I must have seen before, but I don't remember seeing before. Now, okay, these add up to 7. So this is either 4-3 or 2-5, and this time it looks like it might work. This is definitely even. This can't be 7 anymore, because 7 would be 1-2-4, and that's no longer possible. So this is 7. I was about to say this can't be 8, but maybe it can be. Can that really be 1-2-5? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, where's... Okay, here's a simple question. Where's 9 in this box? There is the answer. Where's 7 in this box? There is the answer. So what's this cell? Oh, is this going to depend on whether this adds up to... Well, let me think this through. So 6. Oh, that's it. Okay. Look at this box. Where is 6? I don't know. Well, I don't know exactly, but I know it's on this arrow. So this must be a 1-2-6 arrow. Once 6 is on a 3-cell arrow, you must partner it up with 1 and 2 to make it add up to a sensible number. So this is 1-2-5 over here. And this is a 6. So this is a 1. And now we're off and running again. This is a 5. Now, can we keep this going? 5, yes we can. That's lovely. This is a 3, so that's a 4, so that's a 4, and that's a 1. 1, 2, all go. Look, this is just filling in. It's filling in for us. This is a 5. Now, I think we've done... Oh, that's an 8. We've done all the arrows. We've literally filled them all in, so it's only Sudoku that can help us from here. A terrifying thought. 9 is in one of 2 places in row 1. And... Okay, so probably let's start with where we've got 6 digits in place. We need 4, 5, and 6. So, we're going to get chocolate teapotted here. 4, 5, 5, 6, 4, 6. Bobbins is what we say when that happens. Actually, yeah, truly bobbins. 7 is almost positioned in box 7. Oh, I thought I was going to get a 1 up here, but no. There is no 1 in those cells to help me out. 9, no. Again, it just doesn't work. Oh, goodness. Come on, Simon. This is always the point in a puzzle where I can sense people getting irritated with me. I'm not trying to be obtuse here and slow. 1, 5, 6, 8. This is a 1 or a 5. And this is a 1 or a 6, I think. That's 5, 6, 8. I mean, I don't really want to go down this route of sort of pencil marking all the cells. It's not how I typically like to solve. 2. Oh, nearly. 2's in one of those cells. There's going to be some cell in this puzzle that's very restricted. Let's have a look at this column. 3, 4, 5, 7. So that digit is 3 or 5. No, 3, 5, 7. It just doesn't work. You see, I could just pencil mark all of these. I just don't want to do it. We've got 5 in this column. We need 2, 5, 6, 9. So that cell is restricted. 2 or 6. 2, 5. We really don't know very much at the bottom of this grid, do we? Is that a quadruple? 2, 3. No. Oh, sorry. I thought that was going to be a quadruple. 2, 3, but it's not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, okay. Where's 6 in row 3? And the answer is, I don't know. But it is in one of those 2 squares, isn't it? So it can't be in that one. So that's a 2. And that's very nice. Right, here we go. So that's a 2 now, which means this is a 2. So are all the 2s in the puzzle done? Well, they will be once I put that one in. So that's done. That seems to give me a 9 by the power of our pencil marking. 9 is in one of those 2 cells in column 1. And in row 1, we need 1, 3 and 5 into this square. Chance of a 3 in the corner. Let's have a look at this column then. 1, 3, 4, 6. So, oh, that's disgusting. That can be all of them. No, it can't, because 6 is in one of those. So 1, 3, 4. Yeah, 6 is in one of those 2 cells. And that digit is 3 or 6, actually. So that feels like... Okay, so... No, I was thinking, so that does mean 1 and 4 are up here. That's true. But we don't seem to have enough information to do that. 1, 3, 4, 6. This square. No. 1, 3, 4. Maybe, well, maybe I have to do this. I'm not sure. I'm certain I'm missing something here. Let's have a look at this column, though. We have got 6 digits in it, so we do need 5, 6, 9. Let's put those in. Oh, is it something to do? No, because we don't know whether that's a 5 or not. I was thinking if I got 5s into those squares, I'd get a 5 here, wouldn't I? 4, 5. No, I don't think that's what we're meant to do. 3, 4, 6, 7. So this square is 3, 6, 7. I'm just this is 3, 4, 6. I'm going to end up with a fully pencil mark grid. Sorry. All right, let's take a step back. What is it I'm missing about this grid? What? No. Thought it was going to be 1 in these 2 squares. Because what we could do here is end up with I could pencil mark every cell. And we might find that there is a cell that is restricted, but I don't think we're going to. What about that one? 1, 3, 4, 5, 9. 1, 3. 3 or 5, actually. Is that right there? That's got to be relevant. I'm just going to check this one again. 1, 3. I think that is right. So, is there something there? I actually don't think there is, because... Oh, 8. Is it, where is 8 in this row? Yeah. Yes, it is. Ah, right, okay. So that's got to be the 8 in row 7, I think. Can't be here, can't be here. Yes, in fact, that's a naked single 8. I hadn't spotted it. That's given me an 8, that gives me a 6, and we're off again. So this is 5 or 9. Are we off again, or are we stopping again? 6. Oh, I don't know. I've got got cells labelled. I've got lots of cells labelled 3, 5, nearly. That one is not. You see, if they were different, that would be a 7. Let's just have a quick look at that. Are they different for some reason? If this was a 3, that would be a 3. Why couldn't that be a 3 then? I don't know. That's 5. That's 5. That's 5. That would be 9. Oh, in fact, in that... Oh, hang on. That would make that a 3. Ah, right. Okay, goodness me. I don't think this is probably what we're meant to do to solve the puzzle, but I have got something there. So I'm looking at this cell. Let me just highlight it quickly. So this cell here. Yeah, goodness me. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at 5s. Now, in this row, the 5 is here or here. And in this row, the 5 is here or here. And that is a pattern that I think I know the name of. I think, oh, actually, no, well, I know it as a skyscraper. It's some sort of stretched X-wing thing as well, but it's a skyscraper is how I think about it. And what does it mean? Well, because you can't in this because you can't make both of those a 5, because you'd obviously then have 2 5s in column 1. We know in this puzzle one of those is at least one of those is 5. It's actually possible both of those are 5s. Because they aren't in the same column, but at least one of those is a 5. So any cell, actually it does loads of things. I was looking at this cell, that's how I got this, but actually it's done that cell as well. So because one of those 2 cells at sort of the peak of the skyscraper, normally skyscrapers are explained in that, because they look like towers, if you like. They look like that sort of shape. It looks like a big tower, but this is sort of a sideways one. This is more like one of those things in Star Wars that was it the Jawas or something? I don't know. The people who took the droids and sold them. This is one of those, but because one of these is a 5, that can't be a 5. The effect of this being a 5 is to put 2 5s into those cells. So this is a 3. But we can actually play that game here as well, which I hadn't figured out. But because one of those is a 5, they both see that cell, so that's got to be a 9. Same thing here. This can't be a 5, so that's got to be a 6, and that's the 5. So that's a 4. Now hopefully that's going to get us unstuck. Oh, okay, so we don't get a 3 in the corner. But we do get a 4 there, and a 6 there, and a 3 here. Okay, yeah, this is working, isn't it? This is doing things for us. This is a 7. That's a 6, I think. That seems to mean that's a 7 using our pencil mark. That was a bit of a kick in, or a sting in the tail, wasn't it? But still, absolutely lovely. Well, we wouldn't expect anything else from Ard. But that was harder than I... It felt like we weren't going to have to do that. But then I did. Now, this is a 3, this is a 1. So that's a 1 apparently. I'll trust my pencil marking. This digit here seems to be a 4. 4, 5, 5, 3. 3, 9 probably. Let's see. Yes. Yes. It's absolutely lovely. So... I mean, what more can you say, really? It's just, it's a gorgeous looking puzzle. To set it up with arrows such that it looks like an arrow. And the logic's really clever. It's just, there's a little bit of arithmetic, a little bit of realizing that you can't repeat digits within those sorts of pentominoes. Oh, there was that weird thing, wasn't there, that with if this was 1, it made you this 8 arrow impossible. And again, this is stuff that Ard just figures out and then brings to bear in the puzzle. It's lovely. Let me know in the comments how you got on. Enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.